Hello everyone, this is Thoughtful Salt, and this is The Build, a series that looks at early access games or betas, or just generally games that aren't finished yet, but will soon be released. What am I looking at today? Today I'm looking at an online browser Android iOS game called Track Racing Online. Here we're taking a look at the settings. It's not many specific settings. I mean, you can check the sound volume, enter cheats, change the difficulty. Track Racing Online is, as the name implies, a game where you race around a track. Now, some might say, well, this doesn't look very promising, does it? Well, I'll have you know that this is actually kind of an interesting experience. Enable shadows, yeah. Difficulty, yep. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the cars you can work with. We've got Standard Racer here, looks rather nice. Ooh, this one looks really good. I should work my way up to that, actually. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Alright. Post-apocalyptic Doom Buggy, Mad Max style. The General Lee, sadly retired. Fondly missed. The police cruiser that chased after it all those years, never able to catch it. And the Oreo cookie car, yes. Quite. There's some rather nice cars. Ooh. Oh man, look at the blacks on that. I am aware, of course, that this car doesn't look as good as next-gen stuff, but no, it doesn't look phenomenally ugly. Except for one car there. Yeah, but we shall not name that car. Play as a guest for now. Why? Just because. Thoughtful. It's spelled thoughtful, not thoughtful. So. Thoughtful, so. I can't. Oh, not enough space. Alright, you can play either as any one of these creatures. Alright, you can play either as Riddick, Sexy British Teacher, Doctor Strange, Riddick, Sexy British Teacher, Doctor Strange, some weird zombie guy, Space Marine 2000, Indiana Spade, Ghost Rider, the Joker, some guy from some steampunk RPG, generic action dude, and a bevy of really hot chicks. Well, there you go. I'll play as Lara Croft, because why not? As you can see, there's a wide selection of tracks, relatively. You do have to beat them to unlock them, however, so let's give that a try. Alright. See, it doesn't look phenomenally ugly. I mean, it's not the best looking game by any means. I mean, this almost looks like it could run on the N64, but that's not a knock against the game. In a racing game, all that matters, really, is that the driving controls work. And quite frankly, they do. It's just surprisingly manageable on a keyboard. Now, for the interest of reviewing this properly, or at least doing a proper first impressions, I actually played it on an Android device. And the controls on that were even better. Now, I couldn't capture the footage for that Android device because, well, it's an HTC and good luck trying to capture anything on that. But the controls are actually really smooth. And they're better on the Android, so there you go. The controls are smooth. And in a racing game, that is pretty much one of the most important things. If not the most important thing. Alright, let's see. Yeah, so you can see a fair amount of tracks separated by difficulty level. You can choose whether they're raining or at night. Raining does seem to affect some of the driving physics. At least in my initial impressions of this. How much? I don't know yet. I'd have to compare it side by side. Well then. This isn't going great. It's like I said, the game isn't ugly. Like, it isn't an eyesore like I've seen some games recently, like Fist Puncher. Fist Puncher was an astonishingly awful game. It was ugly as sin. So what else is there to this game? Well, there's a level editor, there's a variety of tracks, and you can race against your ghosts, and obviously I'm beating the last one because that guy was terrible. He's a terrible driver. Don't trust him near a car. Ultra settings. Enable balloon just to see, because this game shouldn't really tank anything, should it? I mean, I'm a fairly low mid-range machine here, so if this tanks my machine, then that'd be kind of a shame, wouldn't it? Catorze! Oh, frame rate drop. Wow. This is tanking my machine. Wow. Ugh. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I mean, like I said, this game looks like it could run on the N64. It's not the most taxing game out there. I know that for a fact. Maybe it's a problem with that bloom. I'll shut that off for now. Enable shadows. So what are the other problems with this game that I've known so far? Well, racing doesn't really seem to be a big part of this. Like, actually racing. Actually, I'm going to show you a neat feature since I've careened off this track. I'm going to show you that you have the ability to rewind time! Yep. You have time bending powers in this game. Ah, crap. Well, it'll make the game look really cool in replays. And that's a cool feature. Admittedly, it's a nice little feature. It's a nice little tidbit. And I can't complain against it. It's pretty cool. I don't mind it. But one of the major issues I also have is, you saw how well that AI driver did this. How did he do that? That's the drivers you race against in this game, at least in the computers, maybe a bit too perfect. Because that is BS. I mean, look at this. Woo! That doesn't make any sense to me. Well, just drive like him. Well, yeah, I can't. Physics work against me. Nitro. Alright. Didn't notice that we had Nitro. 6 racers, because why not? You're not actually racing against anyone, you're just setting a time and you're unlocking tracks by completing them. Which is okay, I guess. At least it doesn't lock off the content, because if you were actually forced to race against these bots, these perfect driving machines, you would suck. They make almost no mistakes. I mean, look, all of them. Jeez. They perform all that they need to do to achieve a statistically perfect time, and all the races I've had against these guys, I've always come behind by a significant margin, no matter how well I race. So, that is a small problem. It's not a major problem since all the tracks unlock anyways if you just beat the track, so it's not a major problem. This is a game designed for casual, one-off entertainment. It's designed to be played casually. So, in that order, it does its job. I mean, the racing controls are actually really smooth. The rewind time mechanic allows for some fun stuff to happen. And really, what more can you ask? There's a lot of tracks, there's a fair amount of cars, there's even user-created tracks because of the level editor that's in here, and we'll take a look at that later. The major criticisms I have being that enabling Bloom tanks the frame rate, meaning this game is poorly optimized, at least on the highest settings, because that shouldn't have tanked my machine. My machine can run Borderlands 2 at a higher frame rate than that, while also running the software necessary to capture the footage. So, there's no excuse really. Driving controls are smooth, the tracks are, well, I've seen a lot of variety in the tracks already. I mean, how many locales and environments have we gone through already? That's pretty impressive stuff. So the main thing with this game seems to be it's emphasizing not the racing, but the tracks and the actual driving on the tracks. And that's it. Which is okay, because in a game like this, with I'm gonna earn that car eventually. That is my favorite looking car. But in a game like this, how much depth are you looking for really? I'm liking the time. I'm liking what I see here. I'm not being bored. I'm having a decent amount of fun playing this. And on my Android device, it's a nice casual game for me to take out. I like it better than Angry Birds, to be honest. Does that mean that this game is for everyone? If you're into a serious driving simulator, a serious racing simulator, then you're not going to find it here. The game just isn't focused for that. I would recommend this game if you're looking for just a casual experience. A small, quick bathroom break game. Alright, let's take a look at the level editor. Because, you know, it'd probably be good to take a look at the most extensively designed feature that this game has. And you can see it's actually kind of nice. Ooh, zooming in and out. Wow. It's got a nice amount of power to it, is what I'm saying. Oh boy. Ooh, yeah, you could create a lot of stuff here. A lot of angles. This is fairly impressive. This is the deal maker here. This right here enables a huge amount of content. It may not be the deepest driving experience per se, but it's a deep enough experience, track building wise, just casual racing wise, that you can have a good amount of fun with this. This has been Thoughtful Salt taking a look at Track Racing Online, available on browser on Facebook or on Android iOS devices. This has been Thoughtful Salt, and I'll see you next time.